Hi everyone, this is Venkat Narayana. Today I am going to discuss 2007 annual reports of Tasty Bites Edibles Limited. This is continuation to previous video, 2006 annual report. Please go through previous video before going through this video. This is not the recommendation. We are trying to find the reasons that how Tasty Bites became multi-bagger in 10 years. So here we have 2006-2007 financial year annual report. Here company is Tasty Bites Edibles Limited. So here this annual report contains 73 pages. We are trying to find positives and negatives from this annual report. Here we have contents of annual report. We need to focus on message from the office of the chairman, audited certificate on corporate governance, management discussion and analysis report, balance sheet, profit and loss account, cash flow statement. Go down. Here we have corporate information. Ashok Vasudevan is the chairman. Ravi Nigam is the executive director. Sohel Sikari is the alternative director. We need to remember these names. Auditors are Kalyaniwala Misri and Associates. Go down. Here we have financial highlights from 2001, 2002 to 2006, 2007. Here if you see the net profits, here 2002 financial year, 2 crores 29 lakhs profit. Here this amount is in lakhs. Here 229 lakhs means 2 crores 29 lakhs. In 2003, they have 1.76 crores profit. That means here it was reduced from 2.29 crores to 1.76 crores. In 2003 and 2004, they have losses. Later, in 2005 and 6, here 55 lakhs profit. In 2007, 86 lakhs profit. Here they have 2 years loss. So we need to check why they got losses in these 2 years. Go down. Here we have debt to equity ratio. We need to focus on this one. So in 2002, they have 0.14 debt to equity. So later 0.24, 0.3, 0.4, 0.15, 0.41. Here up to this year, the debt to equity was increased. That means they have more debt. Later it was decreased. Later it was increased here. Go down. Here we have message from the chairman. We need to focus on this data. We'll get many important points from this message. Here, it is my pleasure to inform you that for the 4th year running your company has continued its growth in both total revenues and exports. From 2003 to 2004 through 6 and 7, the company's revenue has registered an average 32% compound annual rate growth. Exports in the same period have grown 38% annually. The EBITDA loss in 2003-2004 seems a distant memory, and since the EBITDA has grown nearly 35% annually. Here gross revenue 30 crores is up 15%. In terms of volume, this year the company produced nearly 2,650 tons of processed foods. This was 31% higher than last year. So this is the positive point. Profit after tax is up 55% at 86 lakhs compared to last year. This is positive point. Independent rating agencies place Tasty Bites market share in the US at 78%, in natural supermarkets and 61% in the mainstream grocery markets. That means they are getting more revenue from US. That is 78% and 61% is from natural supermarkets and mainstream grocery markets. The company commissioned a state-of-the-art prepared frozen foods facility to cater. The company commissioned a state-of-the-art prepared frozen foods facility to cater to the domestic, institutional, and food service industry. PFF revenues grew 122% over last year, and it represents a major area of growth in sales and profitability for the next several years. So due to PFF, that means prepared frozen foods, so in the future also we can get more revenues. So this is a positive point. TBEL's parent company, Preferred Brands International, received the coveted CTBAT certification, and TBL became the first Indian food company to participate in this certification. That is a global effort to ensure supply chain security. So this is a positive point. It appears clear that this strategy we put in place and have been mentioning repeatedly in the last 3 years annual report has clearly resulted in building a strong foundation for continued leadership in the processed food industry. Here, continued leadership in the processed food industry. Truly, these results speak louder than our words. However, the company continues to face challenges from the environment, many of which will need us to be ever watchful and ready to respond with the new strategies and viable plans. Let me mention three of these. Here they have few negative points. We need to concentrate on those negative points. The first is the weakening US dollar. So this is one negative point. For the last several months, the currency has lost value against most major currencies in the world, and the rupee is no exception. The opinions and sentiments continue to be that this downward pressure may not reverse in any time soon. Tasty Buds getting more revenues from US. So due to US and rupee valuations, so their revenues may face problems. While all exporters to the US are affected, TBEL is particularly vulnerable since the majority of revenues are in US dollars. Your company has implemented a three-pronged approach to insulate US from this. Firstly, we will continue our growth in volumes and market share in the US, resulting in great economics of scale. The continuous margin improvement program we implemented last year will result in increased efficiencies and improved productivity. So this is a positive point. And finally, our thrust into new markets through our existing products and our recently launched PFF initiative, we diversify our revenue base. It is the management's considered view that these methods will see the company emerge stronger and better poised. The second major concern is that fear of domestic inflation fueled by increasing local seasonal demand and rising oil prices. So this is the one negative point. So how they overcome this problem? Fortunately, your company is positioned well. The competition due to our vertical integration, including the farm and our capacious cold store facility that allows us to preserve and store perishable for long periods of time. This using this procedure, they have overcome this problem. This does, however, creating working capital pressure, but we believe your company is reasonable, well poised to meet this incremental requirement. So here they have weakness. So they have overcome that weakness using this way. The third is the increasing competitive landscape in all markets around the world of shelf stable, natural and specialty foods. While TastyBite has pioneered this segment in several markets, and continues to enjoy the first to move advantage, the threat of competition is real. Staying ahead will demand continual product, process, and ingredient innovation. The Tasty Research Center is committed to the company's promise to offer its consumers great taste, good value, and range of cuisine. The development of several new products at TBRC helped the company launch a range of new SKUs in entries and pillars spanning several cuisines including Indian, Thai, Pan Asian, Mediterranean, Italian, and Mexican. Clearly, product innovation remains your company's key competitive advantage, and our focus on research will serve us well in the years to come. So they have three weaknesses. They are overcoming those weaknesses with different approaches. This is the positive point. Here, several years ago, we started the company's journey in the US with the slogan from mashed potatoes to bamboo. Here, several years ago, we started the company's journey in the US with the slogan from mashed potatoes to bamboo potatoes, taking Indian food mainstream. Today, we stand poised for a new mission that not just about taking Indian food mainstream, but taking food from Indian mainstream. This is a positive point. Here, Chairman Ashok Vasudevan. Let us go down. We'll exclude these points. So we'll exclude these things. We'll exclude these things. We'll exclude financial details. We'll check later. Here, dividend. In view of the accumulated losses of previous years, your directors are unable to recommend any dividend. That means in 2007, they didn't give any dividend due to previous year's losses. Go down. Let's exclude these points. Here, corporate governance certificate. We'll exclude these points. So here, conservation of energy. So here, power produced from captive power is maintained at 2.78 units per liter of fuel by undertaking preventive maintenance on a regular basis. The company converted its furnace oil powered boiler to multi-fuel boiler using briquettes as its main input. This investment of 17.38 lakhs has resulted in lowering stream cost and eliminating use of fossil fuel. So here they took few changes to save the power. Go down. Here power and fuel consumption. This is very important for manufacturing companies. So here purchase units. Here number of purchase units in previous year and this year. So here previous year 21 lakhs 49,000. This year 18 lakhs 39,000. If you see the price of per unit, previous year price per unit is 4.21 rupee. This year 5 rupees 48 paise. Here price per unit is increased. So here they reduced number of units, but the price was increased. Due to that one, total amount was increased. Here furnace oil. So quantity how much they use? Previous year they used 312 tons. This year 171 tons. How much they spent? Here previous year 54 lakhs. This year 35 lakhs. So here rate per ton, previous year 17,413 rupees, this year 20,477 rupees. Here they reduced furnace oil usage, due to that one price was increased, but this amount they paid less. So this year they introduced briquettes. This one they mention in the chairman's message. So current year they introduced briquettes to save the power. So here previous year null, this year they have some amount. So already they mentioned here, the company converts its furnace oil powered boiler to a multi fuel boiler using briquettes as its main input. This investment of 17 lakhs 38 has resulted in lowering stream cost and eliminating use of fuel oil. So here previous year nil, this year number of tons 654 tons and rate per ton 3,219. If you compare with furnace oil, so here they reduce it from 312 to 171. So due to this one, here they are saving the money due to introduction of briquettes. So furnace oil price is 20,477 per ton, but briquettes per ton price is 3,219. So this is a positive point to save the power. Later we have research and development. With continuous change in business and technology, investment in research and development need to be made. In its drive to achieve innovation through R&D, the company had set up a modern in-house R&D research center lab with its corporate office at 204 Pune. One more thing, so we will note it down this point. Copy this one. Here this is the pros. This one is positive point. They introduced briquettes. Here research and development. With continuous change in business and technology, investments in research and development need to be made. In its drive to achieve innovation through R&D, the company has set up a modern in-house R&D research center lab. The company developed in its research and development center several new products such as ready-to-meals, fill-ups, nutritionally engineered meals for its customers worldwide. Further, the company has also made developments in packaging. The company has introduced a larger family pack for the stores in the US. Here, benefit derived as a result of above R&D. The above developments have benefited growth of exports 24.66 lakhs in the current year from 21.29 lakhs in the previous year. Due to these developments, here exports increased from 21 lakhs 29,000 to 24 lakhs 66,000. Due to these above developments, here exports increased from 21 crores 29 lakhs to 24 crores 66 lakhs. That means they increased 3 crores exports. This is a positive point. I will copy this point. This is the second point. Then go down. Here exclude these points. Here we have value of imports and earnings in foreign currency. So capital goods imports previous year 1 crore 13 lakhs, this year 53 lakhs. Packing material previous year 2 crores, this year 3.39 crores. So here foreign travel previous year they spent 16 lakhs, this year 5 lakhs. Interest here 11 lakhs, this year 52 lakhs. Earnings in foreign currency. Here export of goods on FOB basis. So this company and foreign currency as last year 18.88 crores, this year 22 crores 61 lakhs. And interest earnings, the previous year 17 lakhs, this year 13 lakhs. So here exports increase, this is a positive point. Go down. Here remuneration for Sanjay, here he is a CFO, remuneration is 24 lakhs. Go down. So we'll exclude these points. So here Sohel Sikari is the alternate director to Meera Vasudevan. Go down. So exclude these points. Go down. Exclude these things. Go down. Here market price. In 2006 April, high price is 28.90 paise and low price is 25 rupees. In March, high price is 48 rupees and low price is 38. Go down. Let's exclude these points. So we need to consider promoter holding. Here promoters contains 74.22%. So this is a positive point. So promoters have high shareholding. Here mutual funds, nothing. Private corporate bodies 2.41% and public 22.64%. Here in 2007, no mutual fund or foreign investors invested in this company. So at that time, this company is very small. So here promoters have more percentage and public have 22.64%. If the company is good and if we invested the company at a small stage, then in the future we'll get more profits. Go down. Let's do these points. Go down. Here we have management discussion and analysis report. So this is very important. We need to focus on management discussion and analysis report. We'll get so many important points from this analysis. So here first one is industry overview and key annual highlights. Later, financial performance of the company. Later, discussion on key operating indicators. Later, expenditure analysis. Human resources, industrial relationships, safety and environment. Opportunities, threats, risks and concerns. So here industry overview. Tasty Bites Eatables Limited manufactures and markets Tasty Bite, a range of shelf-stable, all-natural, ready-to-serve Indian food products. As a brand, Tasty Bite is the number one brand in the ethnic dishes, entries, and mixes category in the United States. So they are getting more revenues from United States. Aside from the US, Tasty Bite is marketed in several countries globally. In India, the company also develops and manufactures a range of products for institutional users such as hotels, quick service restaurants, and other retail and corporate customers. The company growth over the past 10 years has been driven by three industry megatrends in the global food industry. One, convenience foods, that is US market 16 billion growing at 10%, natural foods and specialty foods. Tasty Bite occupies the sweet spot across these three industry megatrends. All key management All key management functional areas have developed their independent mission statement that are aligned with the company's mission statement and a balanced score. We'll explore this point. Here, results of this focus strategy have begun to yield results with a top line growth of 15% during the year. This is a positive point. This was achieved through expansion of the company's product offerings, increased presence and market share in key markets, and strategic investments in the Tasty Bite Research Center. The momentum generated by the new mission statement and implementation of the resultant strategy is expected to produce sustained growth in both revenues and profitability over the next few years. TBEL manufactures its products in a world-class versatile manufacturing facility located near Pune in India. The versatility of the plant encompasses manufacture of products in multiple formats, multiple packaging, multiple cousins, and multiple pack sizes. The company prides itself on its quality and has constantly endeavored to set industry standards of quality assurance. Tasty Bite in the last year has completed one of its largest capital expenditure programs to expand capacity modernized the facility. It now has a capability of manufacturing over 70,000 meals per day. This is very important point. They expanded in this year. Here, the capability of manufacturing over 70,000 meals per day. Due to this one, in the future, revenues will be increased due to high sales. Copy this point. This is the third point. TBEL is also set up a separate vegetable processing facility as its campus, wherein all the sorting, cleaning, grading, and cutting activities of vegetables are being undertaken. The separation of these activities from the main manufacturing areas of the factory has improved quality and productivity. TBL has built a clean room, temperature controlled facility for the production of a range of prepared frozen foods. Here, this is the positive point. TBEL also set up a separate vegetable processing facility, has its campus wherein all the sorting, cleaning, grading, and cutting activity of vegetables are being undertaken. Copy this point. This is the fourth point. The engine growth of the company has really been its ability to bring innovative products in a timely manner to its customers. The Tasty Bite Research Center has a team of skilled professionals who drive the development of new recipes, product forms, new formulations, etc., all with a single-minded focus of delivering on the company's promise to bring consumers great taste, good value, and range of cuisine. Aside from in-house professionals, TB also works closely with food and technology experts across the globe to access new technologies and add value to its product portfolio. Product innovation is seen as a key differentiator in the company strategy and will be the factor that will provide sustained competitive advantage to it in the future. Exclude this point. Exclude these things already we discussed. Here, the company's product portfolio comprises prepared meals and food intermediates. A bulk of the business comes from shelf-stable, ready-to-serve meals that the company manufactures and exports in its brand in several international markets. This is their main business. The company has expanded its number of SKUs in all of its markets that has resulted in greater shelf space for the company's products in supermarkets and independent grocery stores. The company also commissioned prepared frozen foods in 2006-2007 that has the capability of doing a variety of formed, battered and fried frozen foods. So this is a positive point. Copy this point. This is a fourth point. Several products have been developed on this line and marketing of a few of them has begun in the domestic market in the last quarter of the financial year. This is a positive point. Here, the growth of the company's exports over the last 5 years. In 2002-3, 12.57 crores. So it was reduced 9.4 crores. Later, 18.99 crores, 21.29 crores, 24.66 crores. Here, this year it was decreased. Later, it's increasing constantly. Apart from its RTS and PFF business, the company has frozen vegetable section that includes an IQF plant and cold store. The company uses this facility for procuring, freezing and storing vegetables in season for its own use, as well as acting as a converter to other players in the domestic market for processing and variegating trade. This is a positive point. Here revenues 88% is from RTS, 9% from institutional sales, 2% from cold storage, and 1% other income. Here, export sales and incentives. So it was increased 14%. Later, institutional sales increased 126%. This is 1.25 crores to 2.83 crores. So this is big percentage. Later, cold storage and processing, it was decreased 45%. So here, these two are increased. Revenues increased by 15% over last year on the back of a 14% increase in export sales and 126% increase in institutional sales in India. The latter has been driven by the commissioning of the PFF line in the last quarter of 2006-2007. The same is therefore expected to see significant growth in 2007-2008, wherein full year's revenues are expected again at this line. Here they are telling that like that in 2007-8 they'll get more profits due to this one. We need to check in 2008 annual report this point is correct or not. Processing income and cold storage income declared in the financial given the company focus on the RTS and PFF business. Other income that mainly comprised overdue interest on export receivables also declined since most of the company's receivables are now being received on a timely basis. Here they are telling like that they are getting the receivables within the timely, so that is the positive point. Here, the mainly comprised overdue interest on export receivables also declined, since most of the company's receivables are now being received on a timely basis. So this is the positive point. The company also availed various export incentives, including duty drawback and the Vishesh Krishi Upas Yojana scheme. As per the accounting policy adopted by the company, all income from these schemes is accrued as revenues at the time of sale. So they are getting the incentives due to duty drawback and Vishesh Krishi Upas Yojana. So this is a positive point. Next, material cost. Material cost as a percentage of sales went up from 57.57% in the previous financial year to 60.49% in the current financial year. Here, material cost increased from 57% to 60%. There is a negative point. Most of the increase in cost is on account of lower realization of the company's export sales that are mainly in US dollars. A large portion of the company's exports are to the United States, and the strong appreciation of the rupee against the US dollar has affected the profitability of the company. This is a negative point. We'll copy this point. So this is negative point. The company has and continues to take various hedging instruments such as forward contracts and options to mitigate the impact of currency movements. Secondly, the institutional business of the company has also grown significantly in 2007 over 2006, that is 122% increase, wherein margins are normally lower than those of the retail business. So here, institutional business was increased, but margins are very low, that is negative point. The company also buys a bulk of its raw materials such as vegetables, pulses from mandis and traders. The company is exposed to variations in prices of raw vegetables such as onions, tomatoes, spinach, potatoes, etc. And price escalation of the same does have an impact of the gross margins of the business. So this is the negative point. So here sales previous year 22.59 crores, this year 27.56 crores. So material consumed previous year 12.99 crores, this year 16.67 crores. So this is a negative point. Freight costs. The company has indicated last year that it was looking at entering into freight contract with a few shipping companies that would be help it reduce freight cost in 2007. This has resulted in reduction of this cost by approximately 2% in 2007 as compared to 2006. The company has and continues to negotiate bulk contracts and is actively looking at reducing these costs since it accounts for almost 10% of export sales. So here they are taking forward contracts. Due to that one, they are reducing freight charges. This is a positive point. Later, fuel and electricity costs. The company requires a significant amount of steam for the preparation of its products and is one of the largest components of the company's consumable expenses. So this is a manufacturing company, so they need to use more fuel and electricity. So here, the conversion of the company boiler from a furnace oil driven boiler to briquettes based one has resulted in lowering the steam cost per ton of a material manufactured by nearly 40%. So this is a positive point. The payback from the investment made by the company in converting its boiler to this dual fuel system has been approximately 8 months. Aside from reducing the cost of steam, the company has reduced its consumption of fossil-based fuels to a more environment-friendly fuel that is sourced from small-scale local enterprises. Power costs have increased with the increase in the demand load, which has increased with the increased connected load at the factory. The company is in the process of upgrading its transformer and other electrical installations that will allow the company to run all its production lines simultaneously and also allow for expansion. For instance, our transformer capacity is being upgraded from 750 kilowatt to 2250 kilowatt. This is expected to be completed by the third quarter of 2007 and 8. Here, they're telling that the transformer capacity was upgrading from 750 kilowatt to 2250 kilowatt. It will be completed in 2007-8 third quarter. We need to check 2008 annual report that status of this upgradation. Later, human resources will exclude this point. Here quality will exclude these things. Here we have opportunities, threats, risks, and concerns. So we need to concentrate on these things. Here, the international market for convenient, natural, and specialty foods, especially in the India and Thai category, continue to see robust growth in 2007. The Tasty Bite brand occupies 78% market share in natural supermarkets and 61% market share in the mainstream grocery markets. Overall, the brand has grown 31% in the natural trade and nearly 40% in the mainstream trade. The management believes that consumer trends will continue to drive growth at similar rates in these export markets. Next, the institutional business for the company in India has also grown significantly, showing a 122% growth over the previous financial year. The increased purchasing power of the Indian consumer and lifestyle trends is increasing the demand for convenient and eating out options such as fast food restaurants. This is reflected in the increase of quick service restaurants and emergence of a new category of products on the shelves of modern retail in the country. The management remains optimistic of the company's performance moving ahead and estimates that profit will further increase in 2007-8. Growth in revenue will be driven by width of distribution in key markets, increased product offering allowing for new use of the company's product, as well as increasing frequency of the usage. In the Indian market, your company will continue to focus upon the institutional business, wherein it will look at providing intermediate and finished products to institutions and the product servicing industry. Strong customer partnerships will continue to be forged with leading food companies in the country. One of the risks the company faces is the continuing decline of the US dollar against the Indian rupee. Given the predominance of the US as the largest revenue generator for the company, a roughly 10% decline in the US dollar has had a material adverse impact on the company's revenue and profitability. This is negative point. We need to focus on this point all the time. Copy this one. Paste here. Here, the company has taken forward contracts and option contracts to help lock in rates that are advantageous, but these are limited to a period of 1 year. The company has also replaced its rupee debt with US 1.3 million term loan facility from parent Preferred Brands International LLC, which provides a natural hedge against the depreciating dollar. Here they have loan 1.3 million. The company also imports significant portion of its packaging material, which provides further hedge against its export. Other concerns as seen by the management are increasing prices of several commodities such as oil, rice and vegetables. This one negative point. The company mitigates this risk by getting into rate contracts for some of its key input materials as well as buying and storing the same during peak season. The company has large cold store which, which is well utilized for this purpose. Later we have internal control systems. Let's exclude this one. Later you can check it. So here raw material to sales. Previous year 23%, this year 27%. This was increased. So this is a negative point. So here packaging material percentage to sales 36% to 34%. This is a positive. Gross margin as of total revenue. Here 41% to 45. This is positive. So this one is decreased. This is negative. Working capital percentage to sales 33%, 32%. These are same. Here number of pouches per day. Previous year 24,374. This year 30,543. Here material wastage. Previous year 1.18%. This year 0.85%. This is the positive point. They minimize wastage. Let us exclude these things. Exclude this one. Here we need to focus on this point. The company has taken loans of 5 crore 81 lakhs 67,000 from two parties listed in the register maintained under section 301. The total loan amount outstanding at the year end is 5 crores 66 lakhs 67,000. We need to remember this point. They have loaned 5 crores 66 lakhs. Exclude these things. So here they have some nature of deals with tax department. So here 1999 2000. So at that time 3 lakhs 38,000 and employee provident funds 91 to 97, that is 2 lakhs 15,000. So there is a small amount. We can exclude this thing. Go down. Here we have balance sheet. Now we need to check balance sheet. Here share capital same, that is 3 crores 16 lakhs, 3 crores 16 lakhs, and reserves also same. Later here they have loans, secured loans and unsecured loans. So previous year secured loans is 1 crore 91 lakhs. This year 5 crores 66 lakhs. This one is increased. So already they mentioned in previous pages. Here loans increased. Unsecured loans previous year 53 lakhs. This year 95 lakhs. So here also 50 lakhs increased. So totally 2 crores 45 lakhs. Here 6 crores 62 lakhs. Later fixed assets gross block. So previous year 12 crores 86 lakhs. This year 18 crores 85 lakhs. Here gross block was increased. That means they expanded. And depreciation is 8 crores 43 lakhs. Here 9 crores 10 lakhs. So net block this one subtract this one, will get net block. So here capital work in progress, that means last year they have 2 crores 22 lakhs capital work in progress. This year 56 lakhs. So that means here they changed capital work in progress to gross block. Here investments, inventories increased from 2.2 crores 92 lakhs to 3 crores 48 lakhs. Here sundry debtors, that is receivables. So receivables increased from 7 crores 64 lakhs to 8 crores 45 lakhs. So we need to remember sundry debtors. Cash and bank balances, here 54 lakhs, here 1 crore 32 lakhs. Here loans and advances, that is previous year 3 crores 43 lakhs, this year 4 crores 5 lakhs. Here current liabilities increased from 7 crores 15 lakhs to 8 crores 19 lakhs. These are liabilities. Now here we have assets. So, net current assets, previous year 7 crores 8 lakhs, this year 8 crores 77. So here profit and loss account, previous year 5 crores 92 lakhs, this year 5 crores 5 lakhs. Okay, this is balance sheet. Here we have profit loss account statement. Sales. Here sales increased from 22 crores 59 lakhs to 27 crores 55 lakhs. So this is a positive point. Here operational income 3 crores 65 lakhs, here 2 crores 86 lakhs. So finally total income 3 crores, here total income is 30 crores 75 lakhs. So expenditure, these are all expenditures. So here profit loss before tax. Previous year 1 crore 67 lakhs profit, this year 1 crore 43 lakhs. Here profit or before tax was decreased. Later here we have tax. Finally profit or loss after tax. Previous year is 82 lakhs, this year 1 crore 6 lakhs. So here what is the problem? Previous year they paid 80 lakhs deferred tax, this year they paid 31 lakhs. This is a positive point. So here due to this deferred tax they got profits. Here we have issue and subscribed and paid up shares. Totally 25 lakhs 66,000 shares with 10 rupees face value. That is 2 crores 56 lakhs. Go down. Here secure loans. So already we checked. So here we have schedules. In this schedules they will provide all the details in detail. Here loan from holding companies, that is 5 crores 66 lakhs. They got loan from parent company, that amount is 5 crores 66 lakhs. Previous year is 1 crore 91 lakhs. So we need to check where this amount they spent. Here unsecured loans and here gross block. Here investments they have very less, we'll exclude these things. And here raw materials. Here sundry debtors, we need to focus on this one. Here if you see this one, debts outstanding for a period exceeding 6 months. So including doubtful debts, here 13 lakhs 4,000. So here debts outstanding for a period of exceeding 6 months. So these are receivables more than 6 months, that is 61 lakhs. Here other debts include dues from Preferred Brands Food India, that is 7 crore 96 lakhs, and provision for doubtful debts, that is 13 lakhs. So doubtful debts means they may get or not. So if doubtful debts are more, then we need to take more seriously. Here more than 6 months 61 lakhs, and from parent company 7 crores 96 lakhs. These are receivables. And cash and bank balances, here 94 lakhs, here 36 lakhs. Here loans and advances, here advances recoverable in cash or in kind for value to be received. So this company gave loans or advances. So here includes dues from Preferred Brands Food India Limited, that is 3 crores 50 lakhs. And here sundry deposits 31 lakhs, advance payment of taxes 23 lakhs. So here this amount is big. So this amount need to get from parent company Preferred Brands Food India Limited. This is 3 crores 50 lakhs. So here current liabilities, sundry creditors, that means these people need to pay their vendors, that is 6 crores 43 lakhs. Previous year 4 crores 85 lakhs. And exclude these things. So here operational income, cold storage rent. So here they got 50 lakhs cold storage rent, and processing charges, that is 24 lakhs, and export incentives, this 2 crores 11 lakhs. So this is the big amount, this is the positive point, that is export incentives. This one will come under operational income. And here this is other income, interest tax deducted source, dividend income, that is 10,000, sundry balance written back 56,000, excessive provision written back, these 5 lakhs 21,000, miscellaneous income 9 lakhs 71,000. This is other income, that is 32 lakhs. Later you will check these things. Here manufacturing and other expenses in detail. So here salaries, wages, bonus and gratuity. This amount is 3 crores 91 lakhs. These are fixed this year, and here this is the fixed amount for salaries and wages. Previous year 3 crores 19 lakhs. And here stores and spares consumed. This is 1 crore 38 lakhs. Previous year 1 crore 14 lakhs. Power and fuel, this year 1 crore 3 lakhs. Previous year 97 lakhs. So here for salaries and wages, it's going like 3 crores 91 lakhs. Stores and spares consumed, it's going 1 crore 38 lakhs. And power and fuel 1 crore 3 lakhs. So this is a big amount for in their expenses. Exclude these things. Exclude these points. Here we have contingent liabilities. We need to concentrate on these things. Here guarantees given by the company bankers against counter guarantees given by company, that is 9 lakhs 50,000. So here sales tax demands disputed by the company under appeal 7 lakhs 88,000. Income tax claims disputed by the company, that is 2 lakhs 81,000. We need to focus on these things in the future annual reports. Exclude these things. Here related party disclosure, holding company, that is Preferred Brands Foods India Limited, Ultimate Holding Company Preferred Brands International LLC, fellow subsidiary Preferred Brands Australia Private Limited, key management personnel Ravi Nigam. So these are the related companies. Here holding companies profit and sales. So here in 2006, 7 and 5, no sales from holding company. Here Ultimate Holding Company. Ultimate Holding Company means Preferred Brands International. So sales are, this is 18 crores 85 lakhs, interest income 12 lakhs, expenses charged to other companies 13 lakhs, loan taken 5 crores 66 lakhs. Already we checked this one in balance sheet. So this loan taken from holding company. Here key management personnel remuneration, we need to focus on these things. So previous year remuneration is 40 lakhs, this year 23 lakhs. So here remuneration is decreased. This is positive point. Loans accepted previous year 34 lakhs, this year 15 lakhs. Go down. So this is segment information for the year end. We'll exclude these things. Here revenue by geographical market. So we need to focus on this one. So external revenue, inter segment. Here India, outside India. So here in 2007 from India 7 crores 15 lakhs, that is total revenue is 7 crores 15 lakhs. So from outside India 23 crores 60 lakhs. So total revenue is, so here 30 crores 75 lakhs. Go down. So that means, so 78% revenue getting from outside India, that is from US. So here the company is organized into two main business segments. One is ready to serve, which also includes frozen foods, cold storage comprising of providing cold storage on rental basis, and processing activities. Segments have been identified and reported taking into account the nature of products and services, their different risks and returns. Go down. Here annual capacities and production. Ready to serve foods. So here installed capacity 5000 million tons. So actual production is 2343. That means they have another 2700 metric tons balance. So frozen foods total capacity 12,200 metric tons, actual production 3,305. Later, here sales turnover ready to serve foods, that is, so current year 2,188 metric tons sales, and the amount is 24 crores 69 lakhs. Frozen foods is 446 metric tons and value is 2 crores 85 lakhs. Here most of the revenue coming from ready to serve foods. Go down. Here raw material and packaging material consumed, that is 1 crore 16 crores 67 lakhs. Here manager remuneration, whole time director 23 lakhs and non whole time directors professional fees 1 lakh 60,000. Go down. We'll exclude these things. This cash flow from operating activities. We need to focus on cash flow from operating activities. Here, net cash flow from operating activities. So previous year 8 crores 30 lakhs. This year 1 crore. Here net cash flow from operating activities. Previous year is 8 crores 30 lakhs. This year 1 crore 8 lakhs. This is very less. So we need to focus on this one. So this is the negative point. So here we have thousands. So thousands means here 8 crores 30 lakhs. Here 1 crore 8 lakhs. Later, cash flow from investing activities. Purchase of fixed assets. So they purchase fixed assets. So they spend 4 crores 33 lakhs. This is the outgoing. So here they are putting in the brackets. And cash flow from financing activities. Change in borrowings. So previous year they paid 5 crores borrowings. This year they get the borrowings, that is 4 crores 16 lakhs. That means here they got more debt. Here interest expense, previous year they spent 77 lakhs as an interest, and here they paid 32 lakhs as a interest. This is interest income, and exclude these points, go down. And this is financial statement for United States format. Will exclude these all the things, go down. So these are all the things not required. So we'll stop this annual report analysis. Now what we understand from this annual report analysis is, here the company converted its furnace oil powered boiler to multi-boiler using briquettes. Due to this one, they spent 17.38 lakhs. Using this one, it lowering steam cost and eliminated use of fossil fuel. This is the positive. Here exports were increased from 21.29 lakhs to 24 crores 66 lakhs. This is a positive point. Another one is Tasty Bite in the last year has completed one of its largest capital expenditure programs to expand capacity and modernize the facility. Due to this one, they can make 70,000 meals per day. This is a positive point. And also, they set up separate vegetable processing facility. This is a positive point. Another one, the company also commissioned a prepared frozen foods inline in 2006-7. This is a positive point. Negatives are material cost as a percent of sales went up from 57% to 60.49%. This is a negative. One of the risks the company faces is the continuing decline of the US dollar against the Indian rupee. Given the predominance of the US as the largest revenue generator for the company, a roughly 10% decline in the US dollar has had a materially adverse impact on the company's revenues and profitability. 75% revenues coming from US. If anything will happen with US dollar and Indian rupee, then the company will be affected severely. That's it about 2007 annual report analysis. We'll discuss 2008 annual report in the future video. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.